Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can visualize the filter context that is active in different parts of your report, or you can say the filter context that is coming from different parts or different columns of your report. So if you take a look at the screen, I have a chart, and if I hover over a cell, you can see that a tooltip pops up and it shows me all the filter context that are active on that given cell. So for a moment, if you can imagine that all the slicers that I have included in the top part are not actually visible in the report and they might be somewhere else. You can imagine that they can be on the filters pane or on the page level filters, or there is a possibility that you have multiple pages in your report and all those filters can be coming from different parts of your report. So in development, sometimes it becomes really necessary to understand all the filters that are actually impacting the report that you are preparing. So if you can imagine that there can be 10 different kind of filters that you are creating in the DAX code that you have included in the report, and there is a possibility that there are at least 10 more filters that are impacting that DAX code that you're including in the report. So it becomes it really becomes very important to understand all the filters that are impacting your report. And in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a measure that will allow you to visualize all those filter context. So let's get started and I will show you how we can do that. Alright, I have removed everything from my report so that we can start from scratch. So if I hover over any cell, you can see that I can no longer see the tooltip that I had earlier. So the first thing that we need to do is go click on external tools and make sure that we go to DAX Studio. So in the DAX Studio is where we will be able to generate the code of the measure that we are going to use to visualize the filter context. And the next thing that we need to do is right click on any table and we need to select define filter dump measure. What it will do, it will create a dummy code that will actually help us in concatenating all those filters that are active in that given report. So what we need to do is make sure that we remove the define and measure part, because that is not going to work inside Power BI. And what we need to do is just copy the code that DAX Studio has generated and go back to Power BI, and I need to add another page that will act as a tooltip. So I can name it as active filters, and then I need to go to the visualization pane, and then I need to make sure that I change the information and the page size of this page. So what I need to do is make sure that in the type I need to select tooltip, and in the page information I need to ensure that I check the tooltip as on, and then I need to create a new measure. So let's right click and create a new measure. I can call it as visible filters or something like that, and all I need to do is just paste in the code that I have copied from the DAX Studio and make sure it is working, and let's confirm it. So the next thing that we need to do is create a card visual in the active filters report. So I can drag a card visual here, or maybe just simply click it, and let's expand it so that it covers the whole report. And then I need to drag the measure that I have just created in the card visual, and right now the font is too big, so what I need to do is just decrease it a little bit. So I can go to data label, and I think the font size of 20 will work fine, and I do not need to know the label of that measure, so I can turn it off by unchecking the category label as on or off. And what I need to do next is go back to the report that I have already created, click on the visual on which I want to visualize the filter context. Then I need to go to the format pane, and in the tooltip I need to make sure that tooltip is on, and from the type I need to select report page, and from the page I can select active filters, and when I can minimize the visualization pane. And now when I hover over any cell, you can see that the filter context that are active that are actually selected in those slicers and that are active in that report are now being visible in the tooltip. So right now the font size of the tooltip is too big, so let's try to decrease that. So I can go to the visualization pane, and in the data label let's select 12. I think 12 will work fine. So let's hover over once again, and 12 seems to be perfect. But the downside of this approach is that it now hides the original tooltip that we had on the report. So the original tooltip actually showed the month over month percentage, and now we can no longer see that. So what for that, to get back that month over month percentage, what we can do is write the month over month percentage code manually in that visible filter measure. And but let me just go back to that measure, and now all I need to do is write a few lines of code. So I can write MOM percentage for, and let's use an ampersand selected value dates calendar year number, and let's use another ampersand to concatenate is, and then let's use another concatenate, and I can write format, and then I need to format my month over month percentage measure, and I can provide my custom formatting, which will be pound or hash, and then I can use percentage. Let's close the format, and then all I need to do is concatenate an additional space, and let's put another ampersand. And now let's go back to the report, and if I hover over the cell, you can see that we get the value for the month over month percentage for that month that we have on the report. So you can even verify that in the month of May it shows -495, and that is also shown in the table that I have displayed above the report. So that's how you can visualize the filter context that is active anywhere in your report by creating a simple measure like that and using it as a tooltip. And that was all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.